Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to spill the tea a little bit. I don't know if that's a cool thing to say anymore. Not that I'm trying to be cool, but I don't know how else to refer to it. But I do kind of want to talk about the things that I wish I knew in my 20s, because I think if you're on a little bit of a level up journey, you can very easily feel like, oh my goodness, I'm playing catch up, I'm very far behind. And some of the things that I have learned has definitely been a lot later in life. Furthermore, I do believe that often we can age like a fine wine, and I want to go over some of the things that I wish I knew when I was a little bit younger. If you are new here, I want to just send a nice warm welcome to you and introduce myself. My name is Nicole. I typically post videos on this channel about how we can maybe level up some of the things in our beauty routine and our fashion choices on a little bit more of a DIY budget or a DIY kind of method to things. But I do find that when we do this, we're then able to take those resources that we've saved, that energy that we've saved, and then go and invest in the areas that we shouldn't DIY at home, or we shouldn't, try to fix by our own means. So if that sounds like something that is intriguing to you or that you would find beneficial, I would love if you considered pressing that subscribe button and becoming a part of this little community here. So with that, the first thing that I want to speak to in regards to what I wish I knew in my early 20s, or my 20s period, is I wish I knew to ditch the smoky eye. I do think that femininity and elegance looks very different based off of where you are in the world. However, anybody that I see with a smoky eye, I'm just like, oh, it does not look good. It doesn't look good. And I do think that there is more seamless ways of going about a smoky eye. I do think a lot of people could blend a lot more with their smoky eyes. However, I just don't think that it produces a very feminine or elegant look. Now, the next thing that I wish I knew in my younger years is elegant hair is healthy hair. And I think often if you have fine hair or you have hair that takes a little bit longer to grow, we are often so desperate to hold on to the length that we would jeopardize the integrity of our hair because we are wanting to keep it long. And if you guys have been subscribed to this channel, or if you go and look at some of my previous videos, my hair was getting quite long, at least long for me, but it was not looking very full or very healthy, and that's why I've added extensions to it. Now, extensions are only going to get you so far. I think extensions are great if you have naturally fine hair, but I do think that you can have an overall more polished and elegant finish if you just go and get a haircut. Not a hair color, a haircut. A haircut can make you seem so much more leveled up because it looks fresh, it looks clean, it looks hygienic, it looks nice. The next thing that I wish I knew in my early 20s is that I wish that I could understand and evaluate if to match people's effort. I think that often a lot of friendships would not have gone to the point that they went to, or relationships would have gone to the point that they went to, if I looked at the energy that they were putting into the situation and I matched their effort. Because I don't necessarily look at my time was wasted, but I definitely feel like emotions were wasted on people that maybe shouldn't have even been given the time of day for that. The next thing that I wish I knew in my early 20s is, or even my later 20s, is less is more. I think we've often heard maybe someone from an older generation say, oh, you look so nice without this, or you look so nice when you don't wear that, etc. And less is truly more. I've really adopted that with my makeup these days, with my hair these days. I see a lot of influencers, and I've been an influencer. I've worked primarily as an influencer the last 2 years, and their hair is so tightly curled and there's nothing effortless about them. You know that every part of their aesthetic is really overdone, and I truly think there is beauty in people who understand the concept that less is more. The next thing that I wish I knew in my early 20s or later 20s is to wash my hair more often. As I am someone who has fine hair, like I've previously discussed, I need to put more work into my hair that is going to keep my hair looking full, bouncy, and fresh. And I think a lot of people could have a lot more of an upgraded appearance if they care to do so, if they just wash their hair more. And I feel like we often don't like to wash our hair because, it strips it of those natural oils, but you can replace those natural oils. Furthermore, I think we often don't like to wash our hair, and I've seen the memes as, we have to mentally prepare for that process. But I think if we are taking our outward appearance in a disciplined sort of way, and we understand how people look at us when we present ourselves a certain way, we would take more honor and more pride in making sure that these things get done, or at least adapting a style that is going to make us shine in the brightest light. And for me personally, having washed hair does do that for me. The next thing that I wish I did is going to be a little bit of a different one, but I have bigger breasts, and And there was a time where there would be certain family members that would say, Nicole, why are you wearing a bra to bed? Why are you wearing a bra to bed? And I actually wish that I did that longer. I think that, of course, underwire and stuff can be very uncomfortable, but I wish that I got into the habit of wearing a sports bra to bed and, you know, throughout the day having a more form-fitted bra throughout the day. Because, well, without going into the personal details, I think that my breasts could be in a different situation that they are in right now if I had taken care of them that way. And I don't have very many insecurities, if I'm honest with you. I feel like most of my insecurities I can deal with or rectify. However, my breast area is an area that I feel like I would then have to go seek out professional help, and I would only do that after I started growing my family. And so as someone who doesn't deal with a lot of insecurities, I feel so out of my skin when I address the area of my breast. And yeah, I feel like if I knew what I know now, I could have rectified that a little bit in my younger years. The next thing that I want to speak to in regards to my early 20s, I wish I established the habit of getting up earlier, because I struggled to do this and I would have struggled back then, but I feel like I would have had a well-formed habit by this point if I had started putting the discipline in regards to getting up early back then. The next thing, you guys are gonna see my areas of conviction. The next thing that I wish I knew in my early 20s, or, you know, in my younger years, I wish I fell in love with working out. I have never enjoyed it. I've never been athletic. I've played soccer and a few sports here and there, but it's never been a joy for me. I feel like I would feel successful in life if I got up early consistently and if I became a runner. Like, I admire people who run. You don't need any equipment. You seem like you have a zest for life, and if you're bored, you go for a run. And I wish I was that person. So yeah, I'm looking to be more disciplined with this, and I do feel like I just need to take action on it now. And again, I think I feel like a fish out of water. I feel like I'm out of my own skin, because I'm somebody, when I set my mind to something and a goal to something, I get it done. And this has been on my goal list for quite some time, and I have lost weight in the past, and I have been in a really good shape in the past. And then I just, yeah, it's easier to not do these things. It's easier to eat bad, and then I feel so disappointed. So I wish I fell in love with it a lot earlier on. Now, the next thing that I want to speak to is I wish that I understood that counseling and like CBT therapy wasn't a bad thing, because my doctor at home wanted me to see a counselor, and I fought against it for a really long time. And then when I started seeing that counselor, I just kind of felt like he was wanting me to walk out of that office with more things than I walked in with, and I was very defensive about it. And then when I started going in for CBT therapy, I was just so defensive. And I think sometimes what that experience taught me is that even when you're doing something like that, you might be soaking in the knowledge, but it's only when you are in a circumstance down the road that you will then be able to put those tools into practice. So for example, I bought my husband a jet washer for the house in the driveway a couple years ago, and he hasn't used it, but he hasn't had the situation to use it because we just completely renovated our back of the house and side of the house. And now he's in a position where this summer he will be in a position to use those tools. If he wasn't equipped with those tools before, he wouldn't have it right now. And I think that's how I wish I looked at therapy and counseling, is that you might not think it's working right now, but when you're placed in a situation where you need to use it, you'll have those tools in your tool belt. The last thing that I wish I knew when I was younger is I wish I knew that you don't always have to be strong, and there's something beautiful about being vulnerable, but you have to be discerning about who you let to see that vulnerable side of you. Not everybody needs to see it, and that's family included, and that could be even your best friends included. I think sometimes the people that are closest to us, they're close to us for certain reasons, but that doesn't mean that they're strong enough to support you in a situation. So I wish I showed my vulnerable side a lot sooner, and because now when I show it, I just can't even keep it contained, and it's like floodgates. So I wish I had a healthier boundary with myself in regards to showing my vulnerability and showing my soft side. Anyways, my friends, that is it for this video. What are some of the things that you wish you knew when you were younger? I don't think I've ever told you guys how old I am. So if you've made it to the end of this video, guess in the comments. I'm not looking for flattery here. There is an age that everybody guesses, and I will tell you that age. Everybody guesses that I'm 24. Let me know if you think that that's me like just flattering myself. I don't think that it is, because people say it all the time. But yeah, I want you guys to guess how old I actually am in the comments, and let me know what you wish you knew when you were younger. Anyways, that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've considered subscribing to this channel, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.